Good evening, CAN TV viewers. Thank you for tuning in to the Doty Report on Comprehensive Health. My name is Yolanda Givens, and I am the host. And this show is initiated as part of the Georgia Doty Comprehensive Health Organization, where the founder and CEO is Mr. Don Doty. I always like to say hello to Mr. Doty and his wife, Joyce. The organization, check them out at georgiadotyhealth.org. It has been around for many years, has been an advocate in the community, just promoting health education, connecting the community to health resources, and just really being an advocate for the communities in our effort to bridge the gap between the health disparities that we know exist within our community. So we are here today. Before we start, you see, it is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. And no, we're not talking about that today, but I wanted to wear my hat and my shirt as a reminder that this is Domestic Violence Awareness Month, and we know how important it is to be a part of bringing about change and really helping to end violence by being vocal about it. So that's my hat and my shirt. So let's get started. We have two phenomenal guests. I'm very excited to have them both here. Experts. And I always say they're the experts in their field, going to give us some great information about committing ourselves to living a very healthy life to the best of our ability. I have next to me Miss Thomas, who is an entrepreneur. She is a dance choreographer, a mom, and a whole bunch of stuff. But she is here. She's going to tell us about how dancing has had an impact on the health of her life and how she promotes that. And then next to her is Mr. Beck. He is an R&D chemist and an expert health educator. So he has a lot to share with us as well. So I'm going to let Ms. Thomas give us a little bit about herself, then Mr. Beck, and then we're going to get right into this conversation. Don't forget, you can call in to 312-738-1060 with your questions or even your comments. Ms. Thomas, tell us about you a little bit.
Okay, like she said, I'm a mother of three. I'm a Army vet, entrepreneur, dance choreographer. I've been dancing since the age of 13. And yeah, like dance and health really goes well together, because you're working out without even knowing that you're working out. You're having fun while losing weight or just staying in shape, or just going out with some friends. You're having fun. So yeah, that's pretty
absolutely my favorite thing to do, my favorite way to try to shed some pounds. And Mr. Beck, tell us a little bit about you.
Well, my name is Robert Beck, and I'm a research chemist and a health advocate, and my whole desire is to share information on things to be healthier with diet and nutrition.
Okay.
To understand the root cause of our health condition, dealing with food to avoid and food nutrition to add to our lives.
Okay. So let's get right into the conversation. Again, for any questions or comments, call 312-738-1060. All my Facebook people out there, make sure you call in for your questions. Thank you for tuning in. So I'm going to start off with one question for you, Mr. Beck. What does it mean? Because we see healthy living all the time, and there's so many diets and exercise and regimens and vitamins and pills, and who knows what to really choose in terms of trying to live healthy. So I just want to ask, and you can share with us and the viewers, what does that really mean to commit to living a healthy lifestyle?
Commit to living healthy is just that. We have to make a commitment to our job. We go in the morning, we stay all day. We have a commitment to our church, our children, our wives. We also have to have a commitment to our health.
I like that.
Because
I like that answer.
our body, we need water, we need nutrition, we need to stop eating food. Because if you got a brand new car, you're not going to put the wrong type of gas in there.
That's true.
If they tell you
You're
that
right.
this gas will tear it up, we stop. So we have to think of our bodies the same way. It's more delicate.
Okay.
We have to be very knowledgeable and conscious of what we put into our bodies.
Okay.
And what food to put in. If it causes a problem, if you got high blood pressure, you don't want to eat all the pork and all that. Anything that we learn, but first we got to learn. That's why we make it an effort to share research and information to make sure that any and everybody who first, you got to learn what we need to know.
Right, right.
Because we're not taught
Right. Right, absolutely.
on how to take care of our bodies.
Absolutely. I love that answer. I love, because I don't know that we think about that. You know, we do think about how to take care, be committed to our jobs and how to, even things like material things, you know, we figure out a way to take care of them and make sure they stay in best condition. But I don't know that we really take the time to think about our bodies and how important it is to make sure that we are staying healthy and eating the right things and exercising. So, Ms. Thomas, talk a little bit about dancing and health and what kind of impact have you seen it have or does it have?
Oh, Danceny Hough has a major impact on me. I'm the type of person that loves the thought of the gym. I even get the membership and even pay for a personal trainer and all the excitement and go like a week and don't go anymore. Because and I notice with dancing, it's something that you love to do. You have your girls' night out. You working out then, don't even know it. Like, so dancing and health is very, very important. It goes together, and also to stretch. It's very important to stretch. I notice the older I get, I have to stretch more because I'll wake up and like, whoa, hold on, what's that feeling? I never felt that before. So it's also good to stretch. That with dancing, I do dance in the morning a lot, so I know that I'm going to stretch in the morning.
Okay.
So, and it's very, very
that.
good to stretch in the morning when you first wake up before you do anything, because you're stretching your limbs. You're getting yourself ready for the day. And also,
that.
stretching gives you energy as well.
I like that.
Yeah, it does.
I
It really,
like
really
that.
does.
It's for somebody that loves to dance, and I experienced that the one time when I really made a commitment to shed some pounds. That's how I did it. Hip hop aerobics. I couldn't do the gym. I tried all of that, but that did it. I was very committed to going.
You be so excited
and I enjoyed it. And when I get to feel like that, I'm like, I need to go out dancing. And I definitely, even for me, I have to remind myself that that's one way that I can get in some exercise.
Because it's a natural thing to
Yeah,
do. It's something that you
absolutely.
do around the house while you're cleaning. You can do it with your kids. I use my kids as weights sometimes. Say, you help me put this weight on. Come on, let me hold you. I just bounce up and down with you for a second.
I
You
like
know,
that.
so yeah, like you can do it anywhere. Dance, you can do it anywhere, and you shedding pounds without even knowing it.
I love that, and I love the idea because it is hard for some people to really get to the gym, and be committed to a boot camp or a particular workout regimen. But that's something that you turn the music on, and just kind of move that body,
Dance
right?
around the house. You could be by yourself. A lot of people are like self-conscious. They don't want to dance. They don't want to work out around people.
Right.
Do it in your house. Blast that music up. Get in the mirror and do you.
Right.
Embrace
I
yourself.
love that.
Do
I
you.
love that. So, Mr. Beck, what nutrition can you add to that part? We know we got to get up and move our body, but the eating part, because people say, don't eat this, don't eat that, but then I think about my great-grandma, I'm like, well, they ate that and she lived to be 96,
Right. That's true.
What can you tell us now about the things that are good and not good? And we were taught to drink milk, but now somebody's saying milk isn't good for us. So what can you share with us and the viewers about, our eating habits?
First of all, we need to know just what our body needs, just like we know what everything else needs. We know, I always like to use the car because everybody knows about a car. A car had to have transmission fluid, gas, motor oil. But we don't really know what our body needs.
Right.
Our body needs 60 minerals, 16 vitamins,
Okay.
12 amino acids, and 3 fatty acids.
Okay.
Because every function of our body is a combination of nutrition.
Okay.
So if we not getting those, anything that you're deficient in, now you got a problem. It's like a car with no gas, it's not going to start. No transmission fluid, it's not going to move. If you don't have those nutritional things, then you're going to have stuff failing, not going to work properly in your body.
Okay.
So if you're eating the same food every day, you're not going to get those 90 essential nutrients.
Okay.
So if you think about it, we need calcium, we need magnesium, we need bones, we have joints. In most of our health conditions, especially like diabetes, high blood pressure, nutrition deficiencies, and eating the wrong foods. So either way, it's always going to be two functions to every health condition.
Okay.
The food that we eat that causes it, and the nutritional benefits of replacing and fixing it. So if we got any kind of condition, the first thing to do is Google what food caused that condition. Stop eating it, clean your system out, start doing the things the body need, like drinking water, exercises. If we just did the one thing that is required of us, water.
Man,
And-
that's my hardest. That
But
is so
according
hard
to the
for
research,
me.
70% of what the body needs to function is water. So that means that we need a lot of water.
Right.
So if we don't get enough of water, then a lot of stuff in our body is not functioning right. Starting with our memory and thinking, because the oxygen not getting to the brain and there's no water. Then you have all the people who are dehydrated. You go straight to the hospital because there's too many things detrimental can happen by just not getting that water.
Okay.
And just that alone, to work on getting half of my weight in ounces of water every day, that means I got to drink 5 bottles of 19 ounces of
So
water.
that
After
was-
the second bottle, I'm
Right.
full, and,
Yes.
and when you become thirsty, that's when you are dehydrated.
Right.
Because if you drink
That's
the amount of
what I
water
heard.
that your body needs, you won't be thirsty.
Right. Right. So I was
It's a
just,
job.
just going to ask that question. So, because they say you're supposed to drink half
Half of your weight in
you.
ounces.
So that's, I really got to drink that much water.
And the thing about it is, not only that, a lot of people have been told that you can't drink too much water, but there are a lot of people who have lost their lives because they drank too much water and they just dropped dead. And if you Google people who have died drinking too much water, usually they are athletes because they're trying to stay hydrated.
Okay.
But the rule of research says that we should drink our liquids a half hour before you eat, and no more liquids until
I know.
at least an hour after.
Yeah.
Which means that if you put any liquid in your stomach in the food, you dilute the digestive enzymes, and now your food is not able to get digested, so you got a lot of undigested foods, and you're going to be hungry shortly after because the body didn't get those
So
nutrients.
that is so crazy because most of us were, even though as a kid, eat your food first, then you drink later. But most of us, we go out to eat, you get a drink, and you get your meal, and you're kind of eating and drinking, eating and drinking, but
You should not
we
do
shouldn't
that.
be doing that.
Because the thing
Y'all
about
do
it is,
that.
when you get
Shouldn't be doing
in,
that.
when you get in to a restaurant, first thing to do is give you a glass of water.
Right.
That's when you drink it. Your food will be out in about 20
Gotcha.
30 minutes.
Right.
And you-
Right.
A lot of times people say, I have to eat and drink at the
Yeah,
same
people
time,
say
but it's
that all
not
the
the case.
time.
When a person says that, in a lot of cases, because they don't chew the food long enough. You can't chew it, chop, and swallow it because it's
I
too
heard that
big for
too.
your stomach to digest. We're actually supposed to chew our food until it gets liquefied, which means that's a lot of chewing for a long time.
Well, here it
But
is. I
that, you
hope
won't
you
need
guys
no
are paying
water or
attention.
anything to push it down with.
I have heard that too. Like, chew. You just got to continuously chew.
Yes,
Or
until
block.
it gets liquefied, and then you won't be having to drink nothing to push it down.
Right.
You can't drink bite 2 or 3 pieces of steak and then swallow it. It's too big for the body to break down. So now you need some water to help, some drink or something to push it on down to your stomach. And then when you get to your stomach, you wake up, you're so tired because you worked the body extremely hard trying to break down that great big piece of steak.
Right.
So you have to help the body out by chewing it, and that helps with your digestion.
Right.
So we don't chew our food enough, and then it's choking us and hard to get down. This is what I mean about the effect of educating on
Right.
what we need to know about what we eat, when to drink, what type of food we should eat, what type of nutrition we need. Unfortunately, we didn't get that in first grade.
No.
So we
'cause it
don't
seems
get
like
to know
everything
that.
we were told is now wrong, almost.
Well, you notice
know.
every so often the food chart changes.
Yes.
They're
Yes, it
saying,
has
now you
changed.
need this, now you
Right.
need that. So the one thing that I noticed hadn't changed is that we need 60 minerals, 16 vitamins, 12 amino acids, and 3 fatty acids. And if you break it all down, it explains what all of the body nutritional things need is these vitamins, minerals, and nutrients.
So how do we get that? Give me a meal. What's a meal that'll give us that? How do we get that?
Because the source of the food these days, the best thing is to supplement with nutritional requirement. If we know
Okay.
we need 90 essential nutrients, companies going to make it because people know you're getting smart and you're
Okay.
going to start looking for it. There are companies that make the 90 nutrients. You drink an ounce or take a scoop in water twice a day, you got those 90 nutrients. So if you
Okay.
eat food during that day, but you're not getting the nutrients, because if you eat the same thing all day, you eating just rice and bread and starch and stuff, you're not getting all the things your body needs. And I
Okay.
keep saying that car, that car has to have transmission fluid,
Right.
motor oil, brake
Right.
fluid, radiator. You
Right.
can't be without one or you got a problem with it.
Right.
Our body's the same way. Whenever we don't get the nutritional things that the body needs to function, then we got a health condition.
Right.
It's a nutrition, 90+% of all of our health condition is nutritional deficiencies.
That's wow.
Because we go into the store. We don't go in the store and say, I need some vitamin A, I need some C, I need D, and I need some calcium. We don't do that when
Okay.
we shop. We just go in and say, oh, I like this. I haven't had this in a long time. But
So
we're
what
not
should
giving the
it be,
body
like
needs.
green leafy food? Because I became a vegetarian a few years back, but I had to start eating meat again because I have a high risk pregnancy. So I started eating turkey and chicken. So I do eat turkey and chicken, but am I getting what I need just from eating by just those two meats? Do I need to add beef to my diet? Do I need to? I know pork is bad, so I know I don't need to add pork, but should I add beef?
See, the thing about it is, everybody's body is different.
I was gonna ask that.
Okay.
And once we find out that everybody got a different fingerprint,
Mm-hmm.
that means that something is different in all three of us, that our body have different. Some people can eat fruits, it's okay. Some people eat them, they have rash and reaction.
Right.
So we have to learn what our body can deal with.
Right.
If 100 people say, oh, that was good for me, but we're
Right.
supposed to watch our bodies when we put anything in there, food, medicine, nutrients, whatever, to see how your body reacts, number one, because we are not the same. And then next is to try to get a formulated nutrients that has those 90 things that your body needs to make it work.
Okay.
And then it will be small quantities of them that you get the things you need, because high blood pressure, diabetes, chromium, vanadium, those are minerals, calcium for bones and joints. Calcium is needed for teeth,
Right.
for your bones, blood pressure and stuff like that. So these things are needed. A lot of people find that they can't get their blood pressure under control, and there's one little thing missing. They didn't have any calcium in their diet.
Wow.
So that's why when you get those 90 essential nutrients,
Wow.
you're pretty much going to cover what the body needs to function, because every activity of our body requires a combination of nutrients. But that's like everything in life. You get ready to cook a cake, first thing I do is get all your ingredients.
Right. Right.
And if you miss one of those ingredients, you got a problem. If you got all your ingredients and you don't have any baking powder, you got a messed up situation, because the cake just do that because one thing missing. So our body's the same way. We definitely have to learn to put the nutrients in the body that the body needs to make it function.
Okay.
Okay, that's good info. I can't believe no one's calling in. You guys not calling in with questions. This is some good information. Just trying to live healthy and eat the right things and exercise
Stretch.
and stretch.
Make sure you
Stretch
stretch.
in the morning. I like that.
Yes.
Get up in the morning, stretch, and make sure you're getting what your body needs in terms of the minerals and the nutrients. So with everywhere we know it's health this, health that, take this, take that, eat this, don't eat that, try this diet or these supplements. What do you guys say to that? Like, how is it too much? Do you think it's too overwhelming? Is it just because they know everybody's trying to live healthy, so everybody's just selling whatever?
Right.
Or is it just the basic kind of vitamins that we just need?
The thing about it is, I feel from my years of being out here, over 30 years in this industry, it's because of lack of knowledge. We perish because of the lack of knowledge.
Right.
And because we really don't have the knowledge we need to know about our health and body and diet, if a professional come along and say, I'm a doctor, this is it, or I'm a chemist, I'm a scientist, and this is good, this is not good, we take the words rather than prove everything.
Hold there for a second. We have a caller. Caller, are you there? Do we have a caller?
Yes, ma'am.
You have a question
I'd like
or a
to-
comment?
Yeah, I'd like to ask the young lady about entrepreneurship. Does she promote entrepreneurship? And I want to ask him in terms of, does he promote a health product that I think I saw him in the paper, he promotes some kind of health product to cleanse out your system. So, for the young lady first, about a clothing line that I think she promotes, about her entrepreneurship.
So we have her here. She is an entrepreneur, and she does have some workout. What is it?
It's the clothing line. Yeah, I did start a clothing line, and I started that because, well, it all started from my dance career. And a lot of people say, well, I can't do this and I can't do that, or I got these many kids, or it's not enough time in a day. If you really love something and you're dedicated to your craft, you're gonna find a way. You're gonna find a way to be successful. Like I said, I have 3 kids. I have 2 little ones. That's 1 and 4, and an 11-year-old. Thank God he's 11 because he helps so much. But my 1 and 4-year-old is, they crazy. But I love what I do. And I'm going to get it done. They could be right next to me running all crazy around the house, but I'm going to get that work done. So it all depends on how much you love what you do and to keep fighting. Let your past and everything that you went through be your strength. Don't let anything hold you back. Don't let your past hold you back, because that's just an excuse.
One of the reasons we like to talk about entrepreneurship on this show, even though the focus is health related, is because we understand. Do we have another caller? Oh, I'm gonna hold my thought. We have another caller, and we're gonna get back to the product. Caller, are you there?
Hello?
Are you there, caller?
Yes.
Do you have a question or a comment?
Yes, I had a question about the vitamins. He was just talking about the vitamins for your body. And some people say that not to take the pills because they're not as good, but to take the liquids. What is his recommendations for that?
Okay. All right. Thanks for that good question.
Always liquid.
Okay.
Liquid everything if possible, because most of the pills, our bodies won't break them down, and like calcium, it's nothing but a rock if you take it in the pill. Liquid vitamin is always a must. It kind of costs you a little more, but it's more beneficial.
Yeah.
Anything that you put in nutrition in your body, if you could put it in a liquid form, it would be just. That's why we need the juicing and the blending with something popular, because you're giving the body more of the nutrients, and it just flows right on into your body.
Okay, good question. Thank you so much, caller, for that. That was a good question. So, yeah, I was going to say we talk about entrepreneurship because in trying to be committed to living healthier lifestyle, we understand, first of all, we need multiple sources of income. That's one reason. And 2, having to be able to being an entrepreneur gives you some level of flexibility, too, in terms of your time and your commitment to being able to work out, exercise, eat right. It just kind of changes, your whole daily schedule.
It does.
And we have 5 minutes left, but the other caller talked about something something that you recommend for people to take. Did you?
The one thing from my teacher, from Dr. Evelyn Fulton, who was the proprietor for Fultonian Health and Fast Institute on the south side of Chicago for over 50 years. She worked with a lot of people across the world, and her research was, whatever we do in our life, clean your system out every 3 months.
Okay.
Because what that means is she wore the same size dress for 25 years. Dick Gregory like the same size over 30 years, because she educated that if you put these steady foods into your body, it will build your digestion, your metabolism, immune system, and if you do that every 3 months, you won't gain weight. So when she told me she had wore the same size 25 years by doing that, then I started doing it, and for 20 years, I wore between 170 and 180, so I said she must have been right, because you're supposed to prove all things.
Right.
If you clean your system out every 3 months, your health will be better, you'll have more energy, you'll feel better, you won't just blow up.
So is that what detoxing is? Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah, but you want to do it with food.
Okay.
Food
that's
is
good.
the best way, and if you get the research on, and every food got some beneficial on what it does in your body.
Okay.
And the more we learn about that, and in doing these 30 foods, when you put them in your body every 3 months, it's already put together in a formula. You put it in your body every 3 months, and then your body detox. You don't be as hungry. The cravings and all of that is managed by food.
Okay.
And you will keep your size around the same, because you're keeping your digestion strong. because when your digestion get weak, you get tired and draggy.
Yeah. Fatigue.
And
Yes,
fatigue,
yeah.
number one, and then all
Yeah.
other things go bad.
Right, absolutely, absolutely. So we've had a great conversation. We are getting close to the end. Got to wrap up. I want to give both our guests a minute each to what are your final thoughts or the final things that you want to share to the viewers, CAN TV viewers, and to our folks that's watching us on Facebook Live. Start with Miss Thomas.
Don't ever stop believing in your dreams. Always go out for what you believe in. Always stretch in the morning. And if you love to work out but hate going to the gym, just dance.
I love that.
Just dance.
Just dance. I
Just
love
dance.
that. I love that. I'm a post that. And you, Mr. Beck, what are your final thoughts?
My final thought is learn what is necessary to take care of your health and make a commitment to doing it.
I like that. Just dance and learn about your own body and make a commitment to doing what it takes to live a healthy lifestyle.
And drink lots of water.
And drink lots of water. My
After your weight announcement.
biggest challenge.
Drink lots
When
of
we get off of this air, he's going to give me the secret on how I'm able to do that because that's my biggest struggle. But I want to say thank you for tuning in to the Doty Report on Comprehensive Health. Thank you, viewers, for tuning in. Thank everybody on Facebook Live. We appreciate it. I know that I have got some great nuggets, some good information that I'm going to utilize in my life as well as share with others. And we definitely, once again, thank the Georgia Doty Comprehensive Health Organization. The website is georgiadotyhealth.org. Find me on Facebook, Yolanda Givens, and I'm going to be promoting them on tomorrow or giving you their information on tomorrow. Thank you. We will be back next Tuesday, 7:30. I'll be right here, and I hope you join me. Have a great one.